Welcome back to my channel, guys. We're going to be making this pasta today, so if you'd like to know how, stay tuned. So here are my ingredients. I have some shrimp, spinach. On the cutting board there I have onions, fresh tomatoes, parsley, some Campanelle pasta, and some butter. Also, we're going to be using some wine. We'll get into that a little later. So I have my water here, which I'm going to go ahead and boil that Campanelle pasta. And this takes a little longer, so I'm going to start off with there. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on my shrimp and my light sauce. So I started out with just some olive oil heating here in my pan or my wok. I love to cook in this thing. I'll make nearly anything in here. And then I just went ahead and added my onions, which I'm going to go ahead and caramelize, which you see happening there. And once my onions are beginning to become translucent, I'm then going to go ahead and add in those fresh tomatoes. This is already fragrant. Like, this is already smelling like we're heading somewhere. And this is what I love about onions and tomatoes. Do any real good meals begin without onions and tomatoes? That's the real question. So now we can see this has cooked down so much more than when we first gone ahead and put that in there. You're going to cook until everything is translucent and you see your tomatoes begin to break down some. And then I've gone ahead and added in there that teaspoon of garlic. And you want to add your garlic at this point so that it doesn't burn. If you add your garlic too soon, it will burn and it will be black and it's not going to taste as good. It'll be bitter. So I've gone ahead now and I've added my shrimp, and then I've just added some salt and pepper, fresh ground on top of the shrimp, and I'm just going to go ahead and mix this in. You want to keep the flavors very simple in this dish. You don't want to overpower with too much dry seasoning. So I'm now just going ahead and stirring that because I want my shrimp to cook to about 70%. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in the parsley there that I had on my cutting board. Now we can see how this looks. You see the steam coming off. It's amazing. Everything's just working, okay? So next up here, like I said, I'm going to be adding in that white wine. And at this point, I'm just going to allow this to simmer. And I'm going to do so here with this pat of butter. And then you'll see my sauce begins to come together. That butter is melted away. And now I want to go ahead and add that spinach. We're going to be keeping this pasta really light. And I've gone ahead and added my spinach, which we know the spinach will cook down so dramatically. It'll be like we never even put any in there. And at this point, our shrimp is all cooked and our sauce is together. We're just going to go ahead and add our pasta in. Now, I particularly just like Campanelle pasta. If you prefer another type or can't find this in your local market, feel free to use the pasta of your preference, but this is mine. I feel like it just adds a little razzle dazzle. And at that point that I have this all together, we want to give this a chance to cook together just a little, but I'm just going to then go ahead and finish this off with some cheese. I'm going to mix this up and I'm going to add another layer of cheese on top just because that's how I'm choosing to do mine. You can leave the cheese out or you can go ahead and add it in if you are also a fan of, a little touch of cheese in your pasta. It's up to you. And that's really about it for this dish. I am going to add a little bit more cheese, like I said, on top here. And I'm not going to go too crazy with garnish because I put fresh parsley in my pasta. And that's it, guys. This pasta is so good. It's so light. It's so quick. You see me there adding a little splash, that little extra razzle dazzle, but I'm not going too crazy. This is how it looks all plated up. And when I say this pasta is so good, so light, so full of like natural flavors, like you guys are going to really enjoy this one. Let me know how it goes down in the comments. As always, thanks for stopping by.